Oh my word. No way. Sweetie. Sweetie, come look here. I think Desert Drifter died. I don't know, I'm gonna go check his page right now.
One of my favorite YouTubers hasn't posted in a while, and I see on his channel his wife's just uploaded a video with an update. I can't watch the update now and I can't check it out, but I've got a yucky feeling. I'll have to check in with everybody when I get home and when I have a moment. Good morning, everybody. It is a wonderful, beautiful day out here in the cottage, but it is quite a chilly day, I'm not gonna lie. The birds are out, nature is rampant, which is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I've got a cup of coffee. Anyway, I think I'm gonna set the camera down and we can have a little chat. Okay, I have you leaning against the flowers. You look beautiful. You look beautiful today. Anyway, it has been a couple months since I filmed the earlier video. So it's been a couple months. And the reason for that is when I came home and when I actually watched the video that was released, it was not good news and it just didn't feel right making a video about somebody's loss. I will be honest, having deleted social media a long time ago, I really try to put very little emphasis, importance and emotion into the people that I follow on YouTube or things like that. Also I've thought, and like I've mentioned previously, there have been a few people that have through their channels shown me the difference between what I thought it was and what community is. I didn't want to exploit anything, but I also didn't expect to be so impacted by it. For those of you who don't know, Desert Drifter is a awesome channel on YouTube that was started by Andrew Cross, and I stumbled across it because I got really big into channels like Lost Lakes or Adventure the North, I think it's called. I'll look for these guys and do the thing. Okay, I moved and I've left my coffee all the way over there. The video that was released on the channel last week has changed my mind about doing a video, and that is because I am actually a trained archaeologist. I have my honors degree in South African archaeology, and last week's video was about stone tool making, which is really awesome. The of making stone tools is something that a few crazy archaeologists and scientists and hobbyists still do, and it is really awesome to see how it's done. So if you don't know what it is, and if you have no idea what stone tooling is and how it works, I'm not going to say anything. Please go to the video link below and go watch the video that was released last week. So who is Desert Drifter? He goes to these different ancient ruins across America, and maybe not just America, but across the landscape. And he visits these ancient ruins, and mostly Native American ruins, so like the Pueblos, the ancient Pueblobians, cliff dwellings, all of that stuff, which is so fascinating. And with my background and with my training, I was hooked. Not only does he hike and adventure and get out into the beautiful big wide world, he also takes you to these sites that I feel like I'd never see if I didn't venture out there. There are other channels like his that you can check out, which I will link down below, like the Trek Planner, who's also amazing. And when this whole accident and when everything happened, Trek Planner actually did come out and say that he also stumbled upon Desert Drifter and the community started to become apparent, the respect for each other, the gratefulness for making this kind of genre of video a thing, taking us to places that we perhaps could never visit ourselves. And as an archaeologist, there's so much ancient ruins and artifacts and pieces of history that I would love to see, and realistically I'm never getting around the whole big wide world, let alone the whole ancient world. So that's what Desert Drifter was a community of us weirdos who are obsessed with ancient cultures and nature. But not only that, it was the ancient Native Americans, which I feel share a lot of similarities with the ancient Bantu speakers that I studied. So it's very interesting, and it's very beautiful to watch, and I was hooked from day one. So that is who Desert Drifter was. Andrew Cross, he took me to places I think I wanted to see before I even knew they existed. And so that's what he did, and he was amazing. Fortunately, he did end up passing away. He was involved in a car accident, from what I've read and seen. He was parked at a red robot, and a drunk driver went into the back of him. And then he spent a couple weeks, or I think about a month, in hospital fighting for his life. And it was during that period that his wife Evelyn did make the video to let everybody know what was happening. And it was at that point that I decided not to continue with whatever I had started, and more just focus on supporting and being a prayer warrior, pretty much. And so it's really been a strange experience for me, because I lived for those videos, and I didn't realize how much I could actually miss a specific form of content or a specific channel's videos. Not just that, I was also very moved by Evelyn and Andrew's family, who were posting updates on a site. I'll link it all down below. It's got a strange name, but you can go check it out. You can make donations. I'm also going to link the GoFund Me, so that you can go check it out and you can go and support Evelyn. It must be a very overwhelming time in life right now for her, and so I do encourage everybody, and that's really the main reason why I decided to make this video, was to bring awareness to the channel, to bring people to the channel, watch the videos, and donate and help Evelyn navigate this time. Quick side note before I show any of the artifacts. I just want to remind everybody that if you do come across an archaeological site or any sort of archaeological material, artifact out and about in nature anywhere, it's best to let the local archaeologists know, rather than to actually remove the artifact from the context. All of the artifacts you are about to see, I acquired after they had been removed from context, had been used for what they needed to be used for, or just were deemed as rubbish, and things that weren't worth really using for the main research, and they were already out of context. It's very important in the study of archaeology to preserve as much context as possible around the artifact, and not just the artifact itself. The context can tell you so much about something, and so please, if you do come across anything, leave it where you find it. For the next person to also stumble across and have that enchanting, glorious, beautiful wonderful experience that is just one in a million. I can't even describe it. So yeah, just please. So I've set up a little museum exhibition on my table. And we'll just touch on a few things super quickly. This isn't a scientific, in-depth archaeological review on anything. But enjoy. For those of you that have never seen this stuff, it's super awesome. And it's super fun to look at. So okay, most of these are actual core samples, which means that the actual stone tools were flaked off of these rocks. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of little knockouts, little indents. I'm not using scientific terms today. So these are some stone tools. A lot of these I've been given. These are called microliths. They're from the late Stone Age. And they're more like advanced little tools, more precise and sharp. How cool. Scraper. This looks like an arrowhead that was nearly there. Nearly made it. But then it probably broke over here, and the guy was like, oh, screw it. Threw it down. So these are just some from what I have. This is a piece of pottery from the Roman period in Egypt, from close to Karnak Temple. There's a little stone tool and a piece of ceramic hiding in here. So yeah, actually from archaeological sites I have worked on. So this is ceramic from Southern Africa, and this is ceramic from a Roman period in Egypt, from a burial chamber below a house. And then a friend of mine, she is incredible, she's amazing, she processed these artifacts and processed the materials. Not sure if she wants me to mention her, but I thought I'd be cheeky and throw this in because I'm very proud of her and very proud of her work and everything that she's done. So yeah, these sites I actually helped excavate and collect and even process. And these ceramics do tell us a story. One thing that sticks out from my friend's research for me is that they are not local ceramics. They weren't made in the area, they were brought in, which is incredible. So archaeology is wonderful. It is my first love. And I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you, like Desert Drifter, that take us to these places and show us cool things, educate us on where we come from, where we've been, and who we are, and what humanity has conquered and achieved, which is so incredible and so rich and so deep. And there is not more, or there's not enough cool shit or cool content about these things. So thank you to everybody. Please take the time to go and watch some Desert Drifter, even if it's just to get the likes up, the watch hours up, and to make sure that Evelyn is financially stable through this time. I can't imagine anything worse than losing somebody you love and having to worry about money. Please support the GoFund Me. Please check out the links below, like I mentioned. Give me a subscribe, or just keep joining in. But have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I hope you found it interesting. What did you think? Did you like the science shit? Let me know. But have a great day, guys, and I will see you on the next one.